The following is a presentation of the Retro Network.
Welcome to the Retro Resurgence podcast. Now, get ready to take that journey into the neon glow of nostalgia. Here are your hosts, Ken and Chad.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 19 of the Retro Resurgence podcast. We're glad you all decided to join us again for another trip down memory lane. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Chad. Chad, how you doing?
Evening, Ken. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. All these technical difficulties we've been having here. We've been trying to record since last Wednesday, and we finally got it a little figured out. So if it sounds a little different, it's because I'm recording off of my phone for this episode. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, if you guys could see some of the looks on Ken's face for the last two times we've tried to record, we were both baffled as nothing has changed in the setup, the hardware, but yet episode 19, we're probably our biggest struggle.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm about ready to throw something through some kind of window. I don't know.
Man, it sounds like a normal day at work for me at the technical stuff that I deal with every day. But
yeah, you're
anyway,
used to
man,
it.
I'm glad it's working up to this point, and we're gonna attempt to go forward with episode 19. We are excited to bring a topic. I'm excited to be the topic chooser this time. I've got one that I've never heard mentioned on any podcast before, so I hope it's something that we could maybe do several parts of way down the road. We could probably do this 10 times over as the amount of research that I found, and I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we got some feedback from episode 18. Listeners, you remember that was our first inaugural Retro Resurgence Theater show. Ken chose the Weird Al classic UHF, and our good pal Gerospace commented and said he had, just like us, had been recent viewers of UHF. He says, I watched it for the first time about a year ago. As a kid, I remember seeing the cover of the VHS box when we would rent movies, but somehow he never seemed to rent it. We went back and forth on our Twinkie wiener sandwich rating. And he says, I just don't think that I could ever bring myself to try that now. But as a kid, he probably would have been a daily snack or breakfast. So
yeah,
we appreciate him commenting, and we appreciate the listens, keeping it rising on the downloads. And I guess we're approaching 1,000 will be our next milestone.
Right. I think right now we're in the mid 800s. So yeah, keep listening and keep downloading. Yeah, we'll probably reach that pretty soon here.
Yeah, Ken, you got any? Want to tease any Nostalgia Oasis episodes coming up for you?
I got one in the works for the Transformers, the movie 1986. I'm going to try to attempt to do a ranking of the soundtrack of that movie. So I just have to sit down and record it, and maybe we'll have that out maybe in the next month or so. We'll see how it goes here.
Cool. Yeah, we've mentioned many times that is our sort of creative outlet to just do solo shows. And, as the summer progresses, the year progresses, we hope to have several of those out for the listeners. And, it's fun. So appreciate everyone listening and following and commenting out there on social media. Ken, you got an icebreaker for us this time?
Yeah, we're going to throw it over here to our icebreaker topic. We've been doing a little get to know you series in the icebreakers the last few episodes. So I think for now, maybe we'll round it out. You've done two, so this will be my second. So you did TV and sports, and I did music on my first one. So for this one, we're going to do a get to know you food and snack edition.
Ooh, yummy.
All right. So like I did with you with the music, I'll give you a couple choices here. and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what kind of questions you're coming for me here. I could
All
talk
right.
about junk food all day.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, let's start off with fast food restaurants.
All right.
For burgers, now I have three choices here, but you can tell me if you prefer something else other than the three that I give you.
Okay.
So for a fast food restaurant for burgers, do you prefer McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's?
I prefer Burger King. I always have.
Okay.
It's one of the things that, and around our area, the Burger Kings are very slim pickings these days. A lot of them, the service has just really went down the tank, and
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
we have about three left. And I don't know. I feel like in the '90s, man, they were like right up there with McDonald's, in my area in terms of quality and stuff. Now, advertising and just name brand recognition, McDonald's has always been over Burger King. But for me, taste wise, if you're saying hamburgers, I'm going Burger King. How about you?
Okay. Well, I have two McDonald's that are probably within 10 minutes of my house. So the easy choice would be McDonald's. But as far as food, I like Wendy's better than Burger King or McDonald's, but they're a little more expensive. So I
Uh,
don't get there too often.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Speaking of chicken, I only have two here. How about between KFC or Chick-fil-A? What are you going to go with?
I would say in the '90s it was definitely KFC, but as an adult, the Chick-fil-A's around us has just became more plentiful. So I'll go with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I'll go with the same. I like KFC, but I don't know, it does something to me, my stomach. So as I get older, I can't eat as much as I used to, but I like Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
I like shout out to Chick-fil-A and the waffle fries.
Oh yeah.
They're one of the best type of cuts with the waffle cuts that
Right.
I like in all of fast food.
Okay. All right, for sandwiches, Subway, I don't know, do you Jimmy John's or Cousins? I don't know if you have those.
No, no cousins. I would think we do have
Oh,
Jimmy John's and Subway, and we also have Jersey Mike's.
okay.
I don't know if you guys have those.
We do have one, but I haven't tried them yet.
Subway in recent years has really the quality has gone way down. Jimmy John's, we don't have enough of those in our area. I'll go off the board. I'll say Jersey
Okay.
Mike's just because
Okay.
the last 5 years are the Carolinas. They seem to have the franchises have seemed to pop up a lot more in strip malls, and it's actually a walk from my office to Jersey Mike's. And I'm a big proponent of restaurants who can get online ordering done correctly. And at
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's, man, it is probably by far the best online experience. You open the app, you can get your same favorite sandwich if it remembers what you had last time, or you can customize a new order.
Okay.
And literally you go in there and it's always been ready right there on the shelf. You take it, you fill up your drink, and I mean it just you bypass the line. That to me is a very big factor in fast food these days, is how efficient they can be.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jimmy John's. I like their sandwiches and I like the big pickle you can order. The whole pickles are really good, so I'm gonna go with Jimmy John's for myself.
Yeah.
All right, one more in the fast food. For pizza, Domino's, Pizza Hut, or Little Caesars.
Those three, I'm gonna definitely go Pizza Hut. Domino's, we never really were a Domino's family. Little Caesars, obviously the hot and ready is a very appealing sometimes when you don't have time to sit there and wait. And kind of like Burger King, the Pizza Huts around us have just gone to more. There's definitely no restaurants anymore, no sit downs.
Right, same here.
They're definitely like just, strip mall kind of pop in, you
Yeah,
only enough room to sit there and wait for your pizza if you decide to do pickup. But
yeah.
I still like the pan style. I've always just been a more of a Pizza Hut fan. But we've had several other franchises pop up in the last 10 or so years. But I still like Pizza Hut. It seems like anytime we order pizza though, whoever I'm with, they're not really Pizza Hut fans, so we end up getting something else, maybe like a not a franchise, like a local pizza shop or something.
Okay. I like Pizza Hut over Domino's, but yeah, like you were saying, the two Pizza Huts we have here in my city, they suck. So so yeah, I'll go with I like Pizza Hut, but my go-to is probably Domino's.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever get from Domino's anything other than the pizza, like the sandwiches, the
I
kind of like
yeah.
the ones they toast them and stuff?
Yeah, I'll get the sandwiches. I like the sandwiches. I like their wings are pretty good. So yeah, yeah, I get other stuff once in a while. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, let's go to sit down restaurants.
All right.
Okay. Olive Garden, Texas Roadhouse, or Red Lobster.
Well, I'll tell you, Red Lobsters around us have disappeared. We got like one left.
Yeah.
Again, just like those old staples from the 90s seem to be losing steam, and Red Lobster was a victim of that. But
Yeah.
I'll go Olive Garden.
Okay.
Me and my wife used to have a tradition a couple years. We had one next to our big mall, and anytime we go, we dread doing Christmas shopping as close to Christmas as we usually wait. But we would
Yeah.
go do like one Saturday, we'd go do that and just like always hit up the Olive Garden. And one time we were just like, man, this is kind of nice. And
Yeah.
but it only became like a holiday thing for us. But I like Olive Garden.
Okay. So we have each one of these, we have they're all in like within 5 minutes driving distance of our well, what used to be our mall. They took about three-fourths of our mall, so we only have a little bit. But yeah, all three of those restaurants are like within 5 minutes of each other. But I'm gonna go Texas Roadhouse. I always like a good steak, and I like their little their cinnamon butter with the bread.
Yep.
That's really good. So yeah, I'll go Texas Roadhouse. All right, let's switch over to breakfast foods. So do you prefer cereal or oatmeal?
Cereal, definitely.
Okay, same.
Too hot in the South for
Yeah, you guys are hot down there. So, how about Pop Tarts or toast?
Pop Tarts, and I love them cold or hot, but
Yeah,
preferably cold when I'm just take them in the car and eat them.
right.
I
Yes.
I seem to like things that have their very ease of access. Like
Yeah.
for instance, if you can eat it and drive to work at the same time, like maybe a small breakfast burrito, or like the other day I was debating getting a biscuit at McDonald's. But I'm like, well, sometimes the biscuit crumbles and it falls. And then I said, you know what? Let me get a McGriddle, because I know that
Yeah.
the McGriddle part won't actually, it's not flaky and it'll stay. So I'm like, score one for the McGriddle for that
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Anything that I can eat on the go is a big thing for me. And Pop Tarts
All right.
super like that. So
Yeah. Same for me on the Pop Tarts. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to get into some snack food here. So, chips. Do you prefer potato chips, Doritos, or pretzels?
potato chips
Oh,
and any and
okay.
all flavors usually.
Okay. I'm going to go Doritos. I love me some Doritos.
Yeah. Do you like nacho cheese, Cool Ranch, or something else?
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Candy bars, Snickers, Twix, or whatchamacallits.
Three interesting choices there.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of the three you chose, I'll go Snickers.
Okay, I'm gonna go whatchamacallits. I like the crispy little whatever they got in there.
What is your favorite candy bar?
Um, man, probably give me a good Twix or Three Musketeers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like I probably would choose Mr. Goodbar.
Okay.
Also, underrated for me is like a Hershey's cookies and cream, chocolate,
Yeah.
all of that. But
Okay.
or Hershey's with almonds. Not I like anything. I like the nuts or the something inside the chocolate, not just.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go to Hostess cakes, Twinkies, the cupcakes, or fruit pies.
Okay, well, out of the three you chose, I'll choose the Twinkie.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to go next to Little Debbie. So the three that I picked, Star Crunch, oatmeal cream pie, or the strawberry rolls.
Wow, that pretty
All
interesting.
three?
No, Star Crunch is the absolute worst. Uh,
Oh, okay.
that reminds me. So I played basketball a lot growing up for the YMCA, and once every week, somebody's parent was in charge of bringing snacks. And I remember several times somebody's mom gave out Star Crunches. And they'd give you get Little Debbie's or you'd get Capri Suns usually, and those were fine. But
Yeah.
somebody gave out a Star Crunch, which is like, what?
Okay.
Whose mom is this? And but who did you say? You said,
Strawberry rolls or oatmeal cream pie?
oh, I mean, out of those three, oatmeal
Yeah.
pie for sure.
Okay.
But man,
Yeah.
there's probably five other ones I would go.
Sure.
Betty Bar, Swiss cake rolls,
Yeah, man.
cosmic brownies. I like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How about you?
Out of those three, I'll probably go. I like the strawberry rolls. I like those.
Okay.
But yeah, man, there's so many other ones. Like you said, the cosmic brownies or yeah, give me
The fudge rounds, zebra cake.
yeah,
I mean,
zebra cakes.
for
Yeah.
me, I don't know. Like if Hostess, I mean, for me, like in the South, it seems like Little Debbie is always a little more popular.
Okay. All right, let's go to okay, now down there, do you call it soda or pop?
Oh, definitely soda.
Okay, that's what we call it up here. All right.
Or some more people before they would even call it pop, they'd call it Coke.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Coke, Pepsi, or Mountain Dew?
Coke.
Okay. I'm split. I mean, I could go either or Coke or Pepsi, but I think I'm more of a Coke guy as well. I'll probably go to that a little bit more than Pepsi. So, yeah. All right. My last category here. If you're grilling outside, what's your go-to hot dogs, burgers, chicken, or steak?
I would say hot dogs, and I usually when I make hot dogs, I'll usually put some of the Johnsonville brats,
Yeah. Okay.
flavored ones, and even if I'm the only one usually eating them, I'll have to put those on and make good use of the grill because it don't
Right.
take much to grill a hot dog, but
No.
the others, you actually gotta keep an
Yeah.
eye on those.
Yeah.
But how about you?
Yeah, I'll probably go either hot dogs or brats just with the ease and the time. It doesn't take long and yeah, so yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah. One time we had a event for my, I don't know what we had. It was like a summer or two ago, and I said I'll make I'll make hamburgers for everyone. And it is a
Hmm.
lot of work because you got people that won't want cheese, and you got people. I was like, oh, by the way, I'm not cooking them to your liking. They're just going to be all pretty much well done.
Yeah.
So it gets kind of hard, and people, everybody likes their burger a little different. But hot dogs are usually, they're
Right.
not a whole lot of variation unless you want, unless you do toppings or something.
Yeah.
That was fun, man. I could do a
Yeah.
whole round of those.
Yeah, man, I thought it was a little fun way to round out the get to know you. Maybe, at some other time we could come back to it, but we did 4 rounds of it. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Pretty nice little icebreaker topics.
Yeah, it's one of the topics, man. I could talk. I mean, again, I love food, but man, I could talk about old food, snacks, junk food, discontinued foods, foods that are out in the market right now that I've tried. I mean,
Yeah.
And now, let's move on to the main topic of the show.
Okay, Chad. Well, that was a little fun way to round out our get to know you icebreakers over the past 4 episodes here. So now we're going to get into the main topic of the show. And this episode, it was your pick. So what are we going to talk about this episode?
Yeah. So, this episode, I've never seen a podcast dive deep into these topics. So I'm going to kind of call this episode When Two Worlds Collide. And, we're big fans of all kinds of different things. Ken, it's no secret that we're sports fans and movie fans and TV fans. And I figured, what happens when the world of sports combines with the small screen and athletes? have cameos on TV shows, and I figured we'll just talk about 5 TV shows that where athletes appeared, probably just random one-off appearances on these very popular shows of yesteryear. And
Yeah.
as I dug into, there were some that I immediately wanted to talk about just from my childhood. But there were also, oh my God, so many. I pulled up so many lists of athletes and different TV shows they've been on.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could
Right.
probably do this show 5 more times.
Sure.
It was just a who's who of athletes and TV shows. And me and Ken, we have not discussed our picks with each other. I just told Ken off air, I said it'll be wild if with all the athletes that have been on all the TV shows in TV history, if we happen to pick even one of the same show,
Right.
kind of wild, but it'd be kind of cool if we did. But
Yeah.
I've just got 5, Ken, you've got 5, and
Hmm.
there's not really any structure to what I picked. These were mostly shows I remember watching as a kid. A couple of these I didn't see at the time, and I just watched them recently.
Hmm.
And how about you? Are these shows that you remember as a kid?
Yeah, the shows are definitely shows that I watched. One of them was a show that came on before I was born, but I sure I watched it in reruns. But and then the other ones are pretty much 80s, 90s. So I
Okay.
do remember watching them, but yeah, it's been a while since I watched them. So it was kind of fun to go back and find these episodes and be like, oh yeah, I remember that one, or I never heard, or never heard of one, and it seemed kind of interesting. So.
Sure. Well, I'll get us going. It's going to be when two
Okay.
worlds collide, when athletes meet TV shows, and I'm going to go back to the 70s in my first choice.
Okay.
We talked about one that was before you were born. This one, when were you born? 71?
I was born in March of 74.
74. Okay, so this one even predates you. This is a show very popular back in the 70s, The Brady Bunch.
Okay. I
And
think I think you've got the same one I do.
are you talking
Will.
about Joe Namath?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
That's my first pick as
Oh
well.
jeez. Now, I swear,
Mail order hero.
jeez. Now folks, I know I just talked about us not knowing each other's show, but I promise that me and Ken did not have that scripted at
No,
all.
not at all.
Yes,
So yeah, let's talk
1970s
about it.
mail order hero. So, why did you pick this for your choice? I can tell you my reason, but now I'm curious now. God,
Um,
how did that happen?
so basically, I just came across this one just researching and just Googling athlete cameos in TV shows, and this one popped up, and I know I've seen this in reruns, this episode, but like I said, at the time that it aired, September 21st, 1973, yeah, of course, I wasn't born yet, so
Yeah.
I wasn't around when it originally aired, but yeah, I just thought it was cool. Joe Namath being on the Brady Bunch. Yeah, what about you? What made you pick it?
Well, I mean, I would say that if for folks that don't remember the Brady Bunch or don't remember Joe Namath, this would be like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes being on TV now, you know?
right.
And I know things are a little different now because social media, I mean, athletes are all over the place now. But in the 70s, man, there was nobody cooler and hipper and more Hollywood than Joe Namath, Broadway Joe. Um,
Right.
and this, like you said, the name of the episode's called Mail Order Hero, season 5, episode 2. It aired in 1973. Just a little synopsis. And I think I had seen this episode, but I went and rewatched it again.
Okay.
And very simple concept. Bobby is hanging out with his friends in the backyard, and everybody's talking about somebody famous that their parents know or that they ran
Yeah.
into one time. And Bobby somehow tells his friends that he knows Joe Namath.
Yeah.
And Cindy is thinking of a way to not make Bobby look like a fool. So she writes a letter to him and says that Bobby is sick.
Yeah.
The scene cuts to the stadium where Joe Namath and his publicist are looking at all the fan mail. And I would think at the time, man, this is how athletes connected with their fans, right? I mean,
Yeah.
probably could tweet at somebody now or slide into their DMs or something today. But
Right.
back in
Right.
the day, you were just putting a stamp on an envelope and hoping that it got to your athlete. Well, of
Yeah.
course, in the episode, Joe's publicist reads the letter and Joe is very concerned and says, "Yeah, I want to reach out to this Bobby Brady kid." And he calls the Brady's house. I think Alice picks up the phone and arranges for Joe Namath to come over. Um, the family realizes that Joe thinks Bobby is sick. And then, of course, the point of the episode is that Bobby was stretching the truth, of course. But
Yeah.
in a classic Brady Bunch trope, Joe is sympathetic. And the next scene, he's throwing the football in the backyard, and it's the family and Bobby's friends are all watching this happen. And the episode ends with Joe giving the family tickets to the next home game. So
Okay.
I just thought that at the time, if I was alive at the time, and of course, TV was in its early advent too. So, I mean, who
Yeah.
knows what channel this would have aired on or whatever. But I mean, seeing Joe Namath not on the New York Jets on a football field was probably big time,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And like as a kid, you can kind of think of yourself as a kid being like, oh man, it would be awesome to like meet this athlete or this TV star. And, yeah, you know how kids are on the playground. Oh, I know this guy or I know somebody who knows this person. Yeah. And then you try to, make something up and be like, oh, yeah, well, I used to know whoever, but yeah. So you can pretty much be in their shoes and,
Yeah.
do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, perfect for like a 25-minute short episode. That's always, the Brady Bunch's MO. It was always, something seemingly
Yeah.
small and innocent but it was a life lesson to be found
Right.
somewhere. So, man, I can't believe our first pick we chose the same.
Yeah. When you started talking about the 70s, I was like, oh man, I bet
Here we
you've got
go.
the same one I do.
Yeah, but like I said, I bet you. I mean, there's probably tons. I mean, this was big. I think Joe Namath was huge, especially he had already probably won the Super Bowl. I think
Yeah.
that was in the '60s. So
Yeah.
73, he was probably right in this peak or in the career.
Yeah.
But man,
Sure.
I can't believe we picked that one. That was cool.
Yeah.
It was so nice of you to come over here just to see Bobby.
Well, it's the least we could do, Mrs. Brady.
Well, you got here in the nick of time. Bobby was just about at the end of his rope.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi, honey. Oh, Mike, this is my husband, Mike. This is Mr. Namath and
How do
Mr.
you do?
Keller.
It's very nice to meet you.
How do you
Mr.
do?
Keller?
So you really have quite a son there, Mr. Brady.
This whole thing must be pretty upsetting.
Well, when you have 6 kids, something like this is bound to happen to one of them.
Excuse me, you don't seem to be taking this very seriously.
Oh, well, there's no reason to get upset over a problem like this.
How'd you find out about it?
Well, I got this letter from Bobby.
Hey, that's Cindy's handwriting.
It says, Dear Mr. Namath, my name is Bobby Brady, and I'm 12 years old, and I'm writing to you because I'm very, 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 very sick. Mr. Namath, I'm afraid we owe you an apology. I think the kids are trying to put something over on you here.
You mean Bobby's not sick?
Well, he might be when we get through talking to him.
Yeah, yes.
He and Cindy must have cooked this up between them, Mr. Namath.
You see, Bobby told all his friends that he knew you. He even told them that you ate dinner over here. Mr. Namath, Cindy and I have been talking it over, and we think you should know something. See, I'm not really sick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, too. I wrote the letter. He just moaned and groaned. I guess it wasn't a very nice thing to do.
Well, I guess since I took your pick and you took my pick, I guess I'll just go again. Is that good?
Yeah, we'll go to our second
All right.
pick here.
Now, if this happens again, I don't know what we'll do. But I'm going to fast forward a decade and a half later, 1988. The show is a very popular one, Cheers.
Okay.
And the athlete is a Boston Red Sox legend, Wade Boggs. So, do you know this episode or anything I'm talking about here?
I don't know this episode, but I myself also have a Cheers episode in my third pick, so but not from the same year. So we're good.
Okay, we're good. So I wasn't a big, this was 88, I was 5, but I know that Cheers was a huge show back in the day. And when I saw this athlete on this show, I figured, let me watch it. I actually rented it on Amazon, just a single episode, and watched it before dinner one night. And this would be season 6 of Cheers, episode 23. It aired in 1988. Basically, the synopsis is the Cheers bar is celebrating 2 years since they won in bowling against a rival in-town bar called Gary's Old Town Tavern.
Okay.
The gang doesn't win much against them, and in the episode, each bar plays pranks on each other to try to get at each other's goat. So Gary's Old Town Tavern comes over to the Cheers bar and lowers the bar stools, so everybody's sitting just basically chin up on the bar stool. They also, the Gary's Old Town Tavern called in a fake pest control company and started talking about a rat problem. And of course, the people that were dining at the moment started getting leaving the bar. And then, but one of the great pranks that the Cheers bar did back to Gary's Old Town was they were getting ready to show a big boxing match at the bar. It was one of those pay-per-view kind of events.
Okay, right.
And, somebody from the Cheers bar dressed up as like a cable guy, and you don't see this on air, but you see Gary's Old Town Tavern getting ready to watch the big fight, and all of a sudden on the TV, Norm and Cliff are reciting poetry, much to Gary's Old Town Tavern's patrons' dismay. Everybody's angry because they were there to see the fight, and it was a good prank. And Gary comes back the next day and tries to call a truce, and he says that he's friends with Wade Boggs, and as a peace offering, he said he's going to send him over to the Cheers bar to sign autographs and meet the gang. Well, the people at Cheers are still thinking that Gary's up to something, so when Wade Boggs walks in, they think he's an imposter, and they send him on his way, but not before stealing his pants. And next scene you'll see is that the gang at Cheers are holding the pants of Wade Boggs and told him to get lost. And when they get back to the bar, they pull out the wallet that was in Wade's pants, and they say, wow, his ID says Wade Boggs, and his credit card says Wade Boggs. And so they realize what they did. And of course, the moral of the story is that the best prank where the Cheers folks prank themselves. And that's pretty much how the episode ends. It was not a very long appearance. Wade Boggs was probably in there for about 2 minutes. The entire episode. But if you are a fan of baseball in the 80s, and especially the Red Sox, I mean, Wade Boggs was probably their best player of that decade.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We're not that good, but he was a very good player. That was, I thought, was a fun episode, and just a small appearance by a big time player.
Okay. Yeah, I don't necessarily remember that one, but I'm sure I probably saw it at some point or another. But yeah, Wade Boggs was a good player for sure back then.
Check out this guy's wallet, find out who this joker really was. Yeah, this guy's name was Wade Boggs.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Well, I guess Gary went to a lot of trouble to make up fake IDs for this guy, and credit cards, and photo of him with Jim Rice and Dwight Evans.
Sorry I'm late, guys. Had a rough night. I was out showing Gary's steady chick the time of her life.
I miss anything?
No,
Oh, just an average day. We refilled the pretzel bowls, played a little darts, pants-weighed bogs, watched a little TV.
Wait, you did what?
Oh, man, we thought it was another one of Gary's tricks.
So that's who was running out there in his underwear in traffic.
You see, Gary has pulled off the greatest, most ingenious trick of them all. He's gotten us to get ourselves.
Phrase is right. I can't top this. Gary's beating us.
You know, it's really rather Machiavellian.
Hey, come on, guys. And so we've been humiliated in every sport. We've still got something that Gary can't take away.
Our pride?
Hell no, we never had that. We have got the great Wade Boggs pants.
Well, it's either this or nothing.
We're number one.
We're number one.
We're number one.
All right, well, I'll go into my Cheers episode since we're on Cheers.
Yeah.
So this one is called Cheers Fouls Out. It aired September 27th, 1990. And this one also features Gary's Old Town Tavern.
Okay.
And this is a cameo by Kevin McHale of the Boston Celtics.
Oh, nice.
All right, so I'll just read the little synopsis here. Woody, he was probably my favorite character on that show too, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
All right, it says Woody is having a spat in name only with Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics, who is originally from French Lick, Indiana, from where people of Hanover, Indiana, which is where Woody was from, are considered the doofuses of the state. Hanover residents have the same opinion of French Lick residents. With the rest of the gang, they're preparing for the next contest with Gary's Old Town Tavern, namely a 3-on-3 basketball game of bar employees. So it says Gary hires a couple of extremely tall ringers, and then Sam of Cheers goes one step further and hires Boston Celtic Kevin McHale. He says Sam tells Kevin that the game is for charity, an orphanage, to persuade him to do this for Cheers. And then he says Gary, unaware that Kevin is Cheers' ringer. When Kevin ultimately finds out he was duped about the charity aspect of the game, he's mad but agrees to play if the $5,000 is donated to an orphanage. And then it says at the game, Cheers wipes out Gary's, but Woody also wipes out Kevin at the end of the game with what initially looks to be a severe ankle injury. The injury ends up being not bad. However, the Celtics doctor comes to the bar the next day with news that Kevin's injury is season ending. And it says Kevin's injury has an unexpected effect on the bet and the bar war with Gary. So, yeah.
That's fun.
So, yeah, so, Cheers, they take it one step further and actually get Kevin McHale. But, of course, in old sitcom fashion, Woody takes out McHale and ends the season.
Nice. Do you know what year that was?
It says 1990.
Okay, so, yeah, right.
So the Boston was still pretty hot then, late 80s, early 90s. So that was probably a good get for them to get him on the show.
Yeah, I wonder if they had tried to get Larry for that episode, or is just talking about Larry in name.
Yeah, they were just talking about him. Yeah, Woody was talking about him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Calling Kevin right now. All right. Yeah. Be able to get that ball back for us. He's way big. Yeah, all right. If he wants to play that way, I'm just going to get Kevin McHale to come down and play with us.
There you go.
Yeah. If you want to do it, then I'll get Larry Bird.
All right.
No, not Bird. If he's in, I'm out.
Woody, you tell me you know Larry Bird?
I don't have to know him. He's from French Lick, Indiana. He's a doofus.
So what? You're from Indiana and you're a doofus.
Yeah, well, I would rather be a doofus from Hanover than a doofus from French Lick, because everyone from Hanover knows that French Lick is the doofus capital of Indiana. Of course, everyone from French Lick thinks it's Hanover. It's a fuel of a raging controversy.
Yo, Kevin. Hi, Sam.
Hey, everybody. I want you to meet your new bartender here, Mr. Kevin McHale. All right.
Welcome aboard, Kevin. I hope your years at Cheers are as happy as mine were. Sam, I'll get my stuff together and get out of your way.
Come back here, man. He's not replacing you. He's just filling in here for a little while so we can qualify to play the game against Gary.
Huh. Well, in that case, here's an apron.
All right.
Well, so what's it like working with Larry Bird?
Hey, Larry's great. Larry's funny as can be, boy. He's got some great jokes. And most of his jokes are about these doofuses from Hanover, Indiana. You ever hear this one? How many guys from Hanover does it take to change a light bulb? It doesn't even matter, because they got to drive all the way over to French Lick just to get the light bulb.
I heard it a little different.
Well, do you have the rest of mine are in the 90s? You got any in the 80s that you want to talk about?
I have 85. Well, I got one 79, and then my final. I got two in 85 and one in 79 for the rest of my picks.
Yours is a little older. Let's go with yours, the one in the 70s.
Okay, so this is from the TV show Different Strokes.
Okay.
Gary Coleman, Todd Bridges.
Yep.
And this aired October 24th, 1979. The episode is called Arnold's Hero, and this cameo is from Muhammad Ali.
Oh, okay. I think I remember this, but go ahead.
So this one, basically it just says Arnold wants to meet his hero, world champion boxer Muhammad Ali. Willis and Kimberly meet him and say that their little brother is dying and that his last wish is to meet him. So on IMDb, it also says much of the story is similar to the Brady Bunch episode, Mail Order Hero.
Wow.
So it even references that episode.
Nice.
So pretty much, Arnold fakes being sick and wants to meet, and that's his way to meet Muhammad Ali. So pretty much almost like the Brady Bunch episode. Yeah. So Different Strokes was one of my favorite shows back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the iconic theme song. And
oh, yeah.
Just cool. I remember they had some pretty big episodes, but
oh, yeah.
What a get. Muhammad Ali at the time was
right.
One of the most recognized athletes in the world.
Yeah.
Man, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Not too much to it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Would you care to join me in a glass of sherry?
No, I don't drink. Just rather see the boy.
Oh, well, there's no rush. A couple more minutes won't kill the boy.
Father, you're something else.
Thank you very much. You know, champ, I used to do a little boxing. I've taken a few punches myself.
No, that's what I figured. Now, where's Arnold's room?
Oh, all the bedrooms are upstairs.
Well, nice. Thank you. I'll be seeing you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Arnold, it's me, Champ. Can I come in?
It's him! It's him!
Just come down. Come on, get under there.
Remember?
Now act, look dead now.
Come in, champ.
He's awfully weak, champ.
Oh.
Hi there, Arnold.
Who's that?
It's me, the champ.
Joe Louis?
This kid's delirious. No, it's me, Muhammad Ali.
You'll have to speak louder. I can't hear you over those golden harps.
Golden harps?
Champ?
Yeah?
Could I ask a favor while I still got breath in my little lungs?
Yeah, what is it?
Could you autograph a picture for me?
Be glad to.
Here's a pen.
Boy, you got quicker hands than me. Oh, I'm glad I got my picture all ready for you. Now, what do you want me to say?
To my best friend, Arnold.
To my best friend, Arnold.
Who I've always liked to have dinner with.
Who I always like to have dinner with.
And who I'm teaching to whoop guys like the good so they won't pick on him.
Wait a second.
Because Arnold gave him a left and a right and an up and a shot in the nose and an uppercut and a blam, wham, slam, wham.
Oh, the little guy who's supposed to be sick and dying, you sure have a lot of energy.
Oh, well, it comes and goes. It just went.
All right, well, mine are always, I'm naturally, I'm more of a kid of the 90s and you were more of a kid of the 80s, so we'll talk about the rest of the picks we have. We're going to go to 1993, and we're going to go to what I consider a pivotal show in the TGIF lineup, featured a family known as the Winslows, a pivotal show that showcased mainly a black cast in a family sitcom style show. And the athlete that I'm referring to is going to be Larry Johnson of the Charlotte Hornets. Do you remember Larry Johnson?
I do, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he was a really good player. Yeah.
So he was a very high draft pick of the Charlotte Hornets in the 90s. And he signed a shoe deal back in the day with Converse, which, at the time, Converse was not one of the top brands. I mean, you had Nike and Reebok and some of the others, but Converse was a brand that dates back way before Nike and Reebok, So he signed a deal with Converse, but one of the pitches that Converse tried to make to Larry Johnson was he dressed up like an elderly lady playing basketball. Yep. He wore a gray lady's wig. He wore a dress, and he was basically had an alter ego called Grandmama.
Yeah.
You remember these?
Yeah, man.
Stuff.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that if you weren't going to say it. Yeah, I definitely remember those commercials.
Yeah, so in the height of that marketing campaign, he crossed over to this Family Matters episode. Basically, the plot is there's a nearby 2-on-2 tournament that Steve talks to Eddie about. And Eddie agrees to play after hearing that the prize is season tickets to the Chicago Bulls. At the tournament, another very high regarded star player asked Eddie if he could be on his team. And Eddie, of course, chooses the star player over Steve.
Right.
And Steve, of course, always, the one that was always the sympathetic character, even though he was the root and the cause of a lot of the problems that happened on the show. He's kind of talking and kind of down because Eddie ditched him. And the grandma on the show, Estelle, Carl's mom, asked Steve what's wrong. And he says, well, Eddie kind of ditched me and I don't have a teammate anymore. And she says that she has a friend of hers at the senior center who is very good at basketball. Steve wants to know if it's a man or a woman, and he's very confused at the suggestion until the next scene realizes that her friend is Larry Johnson dressed up as Grandmama. So Steve and Grandmama win the tournament. Very comical scene where Steve goes up for a high-flying dunk and wins the game and the season tickets. After the game, Eddie is apologetic to Steve and says he really was sorry that he ditched him in the tournament. And of course, Steve, always, the nice guy, ends up sharing the season tickets with Eddie anyway. So it was the height of my early NBA fandom. And of course, Larry Johnson, not the biggest superstar at the time. You had Shaq and Michael Jordan and stuff, but certainly it was a pretty good get for Family Matters that kind of helped their popularity, I would think.
Oh yeah. Now that as you were talking about the episode, I kind of started getting my memory jogged a little bit, and I do remember watching that episode. Yeah, pretty funny. And yeah, I mean, he was up there as far as popularity back then, and he played college at UNLV, the Runnin' Rebels, where I believe they won a national championship. And yeah, man, that was a good get for that show, which was still kind of new, I think, in '93, maybe a couple years old, but
a couple years.
Yeah, pretty good episode.
Yeah, and then that marketing campaign was just memorable. I remember I used to be a big reader of NBA Inside Stuff magazine, and the Converse ads featuring Larry Johnson dressed as the grandma was pretty cool and memorable. So that's why I chose it.
Yeah, good one.
The Department of Parks and Recreation of our fine, windy city is sponsoring a 2-on-2 basketball tournament.
What do you get if you win?
Season tickets to the Chicago Bulls.
Really? I'm in.
Great!
Hey, man, that's Kenny Jackson. If he enters this tournament, we might as well go home.
Eddie, you want to be my partner?
Yo, dog, I'm on it. I ran into Kenny Jackson.
The Spider? He's mighty good. Well, what about me?
But I just might have the right partner for you.
Well, who is it? Do I know him?
It's not a him, it's a her.
Why, you're suggesting that I partner up with an elderly woman?
Tough break. We win.
Steven, this jerk should play for the final point.
What about me? I'm not hurt.
You could be.
All right, my next one is pretty simple, short and sweet. It's from January 15th, 1985, from the show The Jeffersons. And episode is called The Unnatural. Reggie Jackson makes an appearance in this episode.
Nice.
So basically, the plot is short. It just says George goes to a baseball game and drops a foul ball, and it is shown on live TV. He becomes despondent and undergoes constant insults and humiliation after dropping. Now, this one thing says it's a foul ball, but then another says it's dropping Reggie Jackson's home run at a baseball game. And he gets made fun of by people at work, and everybody saw it on TV. So his wife, Louise, goes to Reggie Jackson and brings him to the house to raise his spirits. So pretty short, goes to a ball game, drops the home run ball, gets made fun of, and here's Reggie Jackson to help, lift your self-esteem. Yeah. So basically that's pretty much it. Man, I'm trying to remember if I do remember watching this episode. I probably did, but I can't really remember it to a T.
Right. And probably another one for Black culture. You had Jeffersons, which was groundbreaking in and of itself, with Sherman Hemsley and,
man.
Of course, Reggie Jackson, one of the all-time greats in his era. So I would say for Black culture, very important moment in TV.
Sure, yeah.
So that's a good one.
All right, yeah.
Get that, will you?
Hi, Mr. Jefferson. I'm Reggie Jackson. Can I come in? I came to talk to you about last night's game.
Oh, you came to make fun of me too, huh?
No, I think the fans, newspapers, and wire services did enough of that last night.
I'm sure the guys in the locker room had a couple laughs at my expense.
Believe me, we did not have a couple laughs.
Well, that's a relief.
See, George, now, don't you feel better?
Please, when'd you get home?
Mr. Jefferson, your wife came by the ballpark to talk to me. She told me that you're really feeling low.
Well, Reggie, you know that brown, nasty tobacco juice you guys spit out and then grind into the dirt before you come up to bat?
Very well.
I feel lower than that.
Look, Mr. Jefferson, as long as they've been playing baseball, guys have been dropping fly balls. I mean, all the great ones. Guys like Mays, Mantle, DiMaggio.
You know, Mr. Jackson, George says you dropped a plenty yourself.
Damn, lady. You got a funny way of talking to a cat when he's trying to help you out.
Reggie, you don't mind if I call you Reggie, do you?
That's all right.
Look, I appreciate you coming to my house. I know why you're here, but I'm afraid it's no use. I mean, I did it. I have to live with it, okay? I mean, I am and always will be the guy who dropped Reggie Jackson's called shot grand slam ball.
But, Mr. Jefferson, you've
it's
got
okay.
to...
I'll live with it. I'll live with it.
Okay. I tried, Mr. Jefferson. What can we do?
Well, Reggie, can't you stay for dinner?
No, I can't be hanging around here. I got some action tonight.
Oh, I just love that sports lingo.
Goodbye. Hey, Jefferson, think fast.
What's this?
I tell you what that is. That's a pretty good catch. And I tell you what else that is.
What?
That's the called shot that I hit last night, the ball that you dropped.
So?
Now you can tell all your friends that you really did catch Reggie's called shot.
Yeah, but that was there. I caught this here.
Okay.
Wait a minute. But I caught this without a glove. That's sort of evil.
What you got?
Alrighty, well, next we're going to go to one of my all-time favorite family sitcoms. We're going to the mid-90s, Full House. And I could quote and recite every Full House episode. It seems like I just was a sucker for watching Full House. But this is season 7 of Full House. The episode is called Air Jesse, and the superstar is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, okay.
So the plot is Danny, Joey, and Jesse are playing in a 3-on-3 tournament. Jesse, of course, if you're a fan of Full House, he's the motorcycle riding, hair gel loving, cool uncle, not athletic at all. He's terrible at basketball. In fact, when it's found out that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to be the guest referee, he thinks that is 3 separate people.
Okay.
So they go, Danny and Joey and Jesse go to practice, and it's clear that Danny and Joey are going to be the ones that are going to do something on the court. Jesse's just kind of there taking up space.
Right.
But after everyone leaves, Jesse stays behind, and he's kind of down on himself because he's can't make a shot. And Kareem comes in with his young son just for some playtime at the park, and he unexpectedly mentors Jesse about his technique. And Kareem realizes how bad Uncle Jesse is, but there's one scene where Jesse makes a shot, and he only makes a shot at this very specific spot on the court.
Okay.
So Kareem's best advice is that he tells Jesse that he has a sweet spot, and that no matter what he does in the game, just try to get to that spot and shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
He still doesn't realize that it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But it ends up giving Jesse a life lesson on not giving up, because he's kind of feels bad because his infant sons see their dad being so bad at basketball. So it turns into a life lesson of not giving up and setting a good example for your children. But during the game, it's funny because he's complaining to Kareem that the other team, somebody is standing on a sweet spot and he should move. And Kareem's like, so what? It ends up with Jesse making the winning shot, despite Joey and Danny not passing Jesse the ball all game. Jesse ends up being the hero. So at the time, Kareem had already retired, and he was, and Kareem, he's been in other. He's been in Airplane, the movie Airplane.
Airplane, yeah.
And I think he probably cameoed in several TV shows, but this was one that probably doesn't get a lot of attention. Full House had a lot of guest celebrities, but I can't remember any other athletes besides Kareem in Full House. So.
Yeah, that one, I didn't see that one pop up at all when I was looking for episodes. So yeah, trying to remember if I'm sure I have seen the episode, but so many TV episodes and it's hard to remember them all. But yeah, I always liked Kareem, an ex-Milwaukee Buck when he was Lou Alcindor. And yeah, man, definitely a classic 90s show with, a sports celebrity on there. And I'll have to try and go find that one and watch it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, has all the Full House episodes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Time out. Guys, you guys are playing great, okay? Now the score is 11-11, so next basket wins it. Now we need to set up a special play, so this is what I want you to do. Dad, I want you to go to the top of the key. Joey, I want you to come up and set a pick for Dad, okay?
What do I do?
And Uncle Jesse, you just stay away from everybody.
Guys, someone just give me the ball.
Jess, last time you had the ball, you picked it up and you ran with it.
That's because every time I bounce it, some guy takes it away from me.
You're really making us want to throw it to you more and more.
Guys, give me the ball. I know I can make the shot. I have a sweet spot, Just throw me the ball and I'll make the winning basket, please. I mean, I just want to show my kids that I'm not a complete loser.
Come on, the guy's kids are watching. Give him a break. You might surprise them.
Yeah. Thank you, Kareem.
You know, if we give Uncle Jesse the ball, it might surprise everybody. Okay, this is for all the marbles. We set up Uncle Jesse.
Yes. Yeah. I won't let you guys down.
And right. All right. Hey, Uncle Jesse, good luck. I know you can do it.
Oh, you do, huh?
Well, I'm not the coach. It's my job to say that. Okay, guys, let's go. You got Danny. You got Joey. You got me on a bearskin rug.
Didn't I tell you to stop that?
Excuse me. You're on my sweet spot. They're going to throw me the ball in a minute. Dad, get open. I can't. He's up. Kareem, he's on my sweet spot.
I can't find pants. Get over it.
Yes. Jack, you're open. Shoot it. The guy's on my sweet spot. Just shoot.
Wow. That was an amazing shot.
Oh, thanks, Kareem. You know, let me tell you something. You taught me everything. And I'll tell you, from this day on, every single person that I meet, I'm going to say, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar taught me how to play basketball.
Why don't we keep that as our little secret? Nice meeting you folks.
Okay. Bye. Goodbye, Kareem.
So, all right, I believe we're going into our final picks here.
Yep.
All right, so it wouldn't be an episode of Retro Resurgence if I didn't talk a little wrestling on a TV show here. So this show wasn't a sitcom, but it was an action show, and this is from the A-Team, which this episode aired November 12th, 1985, and the episode is called Body Slam, and the main cameo in this episode was by Hulk Hogan. So the plot of this episode is the team goes to see a wrestling event which world champion Hulk Hogan, who was a colleague of B.A. in Vietnam, so B.A. was Mr. T, of course, and accepts his plea to help keep open a center for street kids in Venice, California, which the Carter crime family wants and already has the bank ready to foreclose and sell to them if the next loan payment fails. Face figures out patriarch Victor Carter's past under his original name, Cotero, and the criminal connection with the father of the center's devoted manager, Dickie Gordon. A gold transport robbery, the loot of which is probably buried under the center. So these people are looking for buried gold that's under the kids center here. The Carters may send in a bunch of goons. Hulk's friends are a few sizes bigger. Hannibal pretends to be a crooked FBI agent after the gold, but MP Colonel Decker is also onto the team. So the running theme of the show is they're on the run from the military. They escaped from prison. I think it'd be kind of not wise to go to a wrestling show knowing you're on the run from the military, but hey, it's the 80s.
Right.
So Hulk Hogan makes an appearance in this, but also Mean Gene, Dynamite Kid, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Bobby Heenan, Davey Boy Smith, Big John Studd, and Greg Valentine also make guest appearances in the episode. So, your top WWF stars at the time all, made little cameos in the show.
Yeah. Wonder how much A-Team had to pay for those guys.
Yeah, really.
Of course, this was before the big boom of wrestling. I mean, you're still, what year did you say this was released?
Well, this came out in November of 85. So back in March, Hogan and Mr. T had already tagged together in WrestleMania. So
there was nothing hotter then. Yeah.
Right.
So this is way after Rocky 3,
Oh yeah, this is
82.
82. Yeah.
So and everybody kind of knows that Mr. T and Hulk Hogan's were best buds.
Yeah, you're talking 85. This was, I think, the height of WWF. It was just, getting really big. So yeah.
What how long did A-Team go? I didn't think they went to the mid 80s.
Yeah, man, I don't know how long they went, maybe like 87 or 88. I could be wrong, but I know 85 was probably their peak popularity, I would say.
According to the internet, 87 is when the last episode of aired.
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay.
yeah, they were still going pretty strong in the late 80s, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. Well, that's a good one. I'll have to go and watch that one. I haven't
Yeah.
really watched a whole lot of A-Team at
Okay.
all ever. It's kind of predates me, of course, as a child, but
Yeah.
it's such a pivotal show for me,
Right.
for sure.
Here it is. Surprise! Now freeze! Don't anybody move!
And you can tell Mr. Carter that the center is here to stay and thank him for the donation.
Well, cool, man. Well,
All right.
you had a wrestling one, and I do as well for my
Okay.
final one, but mine is going to be about 10 years later, a completely different show than A-Team. Do you remember the show Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
So
I think I know which one you're picking because I almost picked it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the wrestler?
Vader.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So this was for Vader, it was a pretty significant role because he actually appeared as this character in several episodes. It wasn't just a one-off, but in 1995 and 1996, when these episodes were released, he starred as Frankie Stechino Sr. in 2 episodes.
Okay.
The first being the Thrilla and Phila, and then the 2 episodes in 1996 called 16 Candles and then 400-Pound Men were the episodes he started.
Okay.
He didn't have a very successful acting career as a whole, but the former WCW World Champion did manage to land this memorable role on a hugely popular show, Boy Meets World, at the time. Vader played the father of the show's resident bully, Frankie Stechino Jr., and it was the last episode that was really memorable for Vader because it featured Vader fighting Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, okay.
At Madison Square Garden, and both wrestlers were squaring off for the chance to face Shawn Michaels for the WWF Championship. Now, of course, at the time, Shawn Michaels was huge.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake was still hanging around from the 80s. That was actually a real WWF house show in Anaheim, California.
Okay.
Bruce Pritchard was both the ring announcer and the commentator for the match on the TV show. And it was kind of a heartfelt episode because you had a storyline with Corey and Topanga, but you also had a storyline between Vader and his son, which was portrayed by Ethan Suplee. And he kind of like longs for his father's affection. His son doesn't want to go the same route as Vader in the pro wrestling world. His son wants to do something else. But it was pretty memorable back in the day for Vader.
Yeah.
And this is probably the height of Vader's career. I mean, he's pretty big monster at the time in the mid 90s. So
right.
Yeah, it's probably one of his most famous roles.
Yeah, I do remember those episodes with him on there. I did watch the show, not every episode, but I watched it quite a bit. And yeah, I remember the episodes he was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Frankie, how can we help you if you won't tell us who it is?
Frankie, I'm home. Father, it is good to see you. May I show you my most recent addition to the Norton Anthology collection of modern poetry?
You and that poetry. You could have been somebody. You could have been a sumo.
Sorry I'm such a disappointment to you.
Me and your brother Herman were at the gym. He's gonna be a wrestler like his father.
Yes, I will carry on the Stakino wrestling tradition. Although, my barking must improve. Woof, woof.
He said woof. Isn't that cute?
I remember you, little man. You're in my son's poetry class. You're a bad influence. I should crush you like garlic and put you in my spaghetti.
Hey, that's what you said to Psycho Sid at the Spectrum the night you powerbombed him through the mat.
You were there?
I never miss a match.
Now, you see, Frankie, this boy's a fan. I like this boy. Why can't you be this boy? Woof, woof, woof.
Woof, woof.
It's time! It's time! It's Vader time! I got it! I got my rematch with Jake the Snake, and the chump's going down.
Dad, I have a wrestling notion.
You have a wrestling tip for me? Bring it on! Bring it on!
I think the Vader bomb would be best achieved if it was set up, what, slower, quicker, what? Quicker.
I knew something was wrong with the bomb. You keep those tips coming. I want you ringside at the fight. Good boy, Frankie. Good boy.
Well, good, man.
Well,
We ended up having, what, 9 instead of 10?
If you want to say.
Brady Bunch episode.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't believe that way we came out with that right out of the gate. Both of ours.
Yeah. And like I said to the audience, I mean, we could probably look at these lists and do another 10 and another 10 and another 10. I mean, there's so many athletes, even newer shows. I mean, it's it's pretty popular now for athletes to show up on all kinds of, shows now. But I feel like at the time, getting an athlete on a show was kind of a unique thing,
Right.
Especially, if it was a live audience, you'd see the athlete step in, you'd have the live audience do a little 5-second cheer and, especially unexpectedly. So yeah, we could do this again down the road, maybe talk about 10 more. Who knows? It was fun.
Yeah, that was a fun one, man. At first, when you picked it, I was like, man, I don't really know a whole lot. But then when you start digging, there's a ton of them.
Yeah, and I challenge the viewers, if you want to give us 5 of yourself that you would pick, I'd say pick a show you like, whether it be Cheers or A-Team or any show, and then just go down the rabbit hole of celebrity appearances, and you're going to find all kind of celebrities and all kind of shows. So it's share with us some of your favorites. They could be totally, stuff maybe newer. I had one kind of ready to talk about. It was Beverly Hills 90210. It was an appearance by Barry Bonds.
I saw that one pop up. Yeah.
He played a golfer called Barry Larson. I had that one kind of prepared in case I needed to talk about it, but there's tons. So, if you're listening, share with us some of your favorite athlete cameo and TV shows and let us know why they're your favorite, and hit us up on social. Okay, we're back. Now let's move on to the next segment of the show, Ken's Toy Retrospective. Well, Ken, we're back, and it's time for your retrospective toy line segment. And I believe on this retrospective look, we're looking at a toy line from Kenner back in the late 80s. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, this action figure line, like you said, came out by Kenner mid to late 80s. And this toy line is based off a franchise of what I would think was a pretty popular franchise of movies in the 80s, Police Academy. Do you have any reference to Police Academy? Did you watch them?
No, I know there were many sequels.
Yeah,
in the
7.
80s. Wow.
Yeah. So before we talk about the toy line, just for point of reference, the first Police Academy came out in 84, and then from 84 through 1989, a movie came out each year. So they produced them pretty quick and got them out there. Yeah, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, you had a Police Academy movie one year after the other.
Yeah.
And then the final one came out in 1994 called Mission to Moscow. So I thought these movies were, they were okay, pretty silly, like we talked about a silly movie last episode. And these were kind of like that. So the toy line produced by Kenner had two series, actually three series. Two came out in 1988, and then one came out in 1989. Basically, just toys of characters based off of the movies. Like you have Mahoney, Eugene Tackleberry, Moses Hightower, Captain Harris. Then you have a couple other figures with little action features. They had a series called Special Assignment Rookies that came out in 1989. Of course, a couple vehicles and play sets. In 1988, they had two vehicles. One was called the Crazy Cruiser, another the Crash Cycle, and then they had a playset called the Precinct Police Station. So I believe, do you have pulled up some of the photos?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. We can probably look at those real quick. I mean, pretty much your basic 80s toys, the figure, and then a couple accessories that go with each figure here.
I would say that some of these are kind of inside jokes for the film, right?
I would think so, yeah.
I see, I'm looking here, one of the figures says Snack Attack House with the Hoagie Blaster.
Yeah.
Like a giant half sub.
Right. Yeah, man. Pretty much, yeah, your 80s toys were pretty silly. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Let's see. Yeah, you got these two, they look like kung fu characters. Character's name is Flung High.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah. Larvell Jones. I believe he was the character that could do all the he could make like sound effects really good from his voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Right. And then Moses Hightower, which I believe was played by ex-NFL player Ed Too Tall Jones from the Dallas Cowboys. I believe he played in the movie.
Okay.
As one of the officers. There was also a Police Academy animated series that ran from 1988 to 89. It was an animated comedy titled Police Academy, also known as Police Academy the Animated Series, produced by Ruby Spears Productions and Warner Brothers Television. It ran from September 88 to September 89 with 65 episodes. So lots of episodes there in just a year. And then it had a 6-issue run of comic books, which was produced as a spin-off of the animated series in August of 89, which it was published by Marvel Comics under a Star Comics Presents byline. So they had a little 6-issue comic book run also. So, yeah, I mean, I don't remember watching. I was probably a little too old at the time for the animated series, but I do remember seeing commercials for it here and there, but I don't think I ever watched it.
Yeah. With as many movies, I mean, you think Kenner probably wanted to, I don't know if it was the movies that wanted the toy to be more popular or the toy trying to make the movie more, but with how many you said? 7 movies?
7 movies total, yeah.
I mean, seems like, and they're very, these are cartoon fictional versions, of course, of a real action comedy movie.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, Kenner was good at trying stuff,
Yeah, they would try it, man. Yeah.
I got to give a shout out because this is not the first time whoever runs this blog, the Toy Box 1138. Shout out to them.
Yeah, man.
Because you've referenced an article on this blog before. We'll have to put the link on to our website and our show notes.
Yeah, this guy has tons of content on this website, man, like from just years and years. I think he's been running it, it looks like.
Yeah, he's got article. I mean, he's still blogging today. He blogged as far as back as 2009. Maybe may have to reach out to him and see what he'd like to talk about, because he's very into stuff like we like, toys and like that. So
we could. Yeah, for sure.
The website is the toybox1138.blogspot.com.
Yeah, go check it out. All right, well, that's the toy line retrospective. I thought it was pretty cool. Just a little bit of toy news here. I wanted to talk about from NECA. It's called the Ultimate Pee Wee Herman figure. So this is a 7-inch figure from NECA, of course, based on the classic Pee Wee's Playhouse that aired from 86 to 90.
Yeah.
If you go on the toyarc.com, this is where I find all my toy news. Go check it out. He comes with a cool like little box that looks like the door to Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's pretty sweet. So he comes with a few interchangeable hands, a few secret word papers, and Terry the pterodactyl.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a Target exclusive. I think it's still up for pre-order. It looks like it's supposed to come out sometime this month of June.
Yep.
Yeah, just not too many pictures here, but if you click on them, I mean, it's a pretty good rendering of Pee Wee there.
Yeah, 7-inch scale.
Yeah.
To me, the thing that makes this are the facial expressions.
Yeah.
You know, they did a really good job of detail on that.
Yeah, it comes with 3 different heads, so you can swap them out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, with the timing of the recent documentary, Paul Rubens on HBO Max.
Right.
This is why they timed it like
It
this.
could be, yeah, for sure. I still have to watch that. Have you watched it yet?
No, it's on my watch list for sure.
Okay. Yeah, so that's all I got for toy news. For this episode, what I'm going to fill my retro toy room with is from the Police Academy toy line here. I'm going to go with the Crazy Cruiser as my vehicle. And then I'm going to go with a figure, and I'm going to go with Moses Hightower
Nice.
to put in the car there. So, yeah, those are going to be my 2 things to fill my retro toy room with this episode.
Very good. Very good.
But yeah, that's going to do it. Nice little 80s toy line here, Police Academy. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Now, let's switch gears and get into Chad's pop culture moment.
All right, Chad, as always, we've come to the pop culture moment of the show, your segment. It looks like we're going to be diving into the world of game shows this episode, so tell us what you got.
Yeah, this is the 41-year anniversary of one of the biggest, I would say, scandals, but this really was just something that really wasn't a scandal per se, in the sense that the guy didn't really break any rules. Do you know who Michael Larson is and the whole Press Your Luck scandal?
I've heard of it. I've seen it here and there on TV, like documentaries, but I don't really know all the, juicy details. So yeah, I was kind of interested when you picked this one.
Yeah, this one is always interests me. I read, or I'm sorry, back in probably 10 or 15 years ago, the Game Show Network had produced a documentary on this episode of Press Your Luck, which is one of my favorite game shows I used to watch in the summer, the USA Network.
Yeah, me too.
It would air in syndication, and I just like the whole board and the lights and the whammies and stuff. But I did not know about this until much later on, like say 20 or 30 years after it happened. But we are celebrating the 41-year anniversary of a time when 35-year-old Michael Larson appeared as a contestant on Press Your Luck. It was happened on June 8th, 1984, and he won at the time was a record $110,000, was the largest one-day total in game show history.
Wow.
And what happened was that Michael had memorized the pattern of the board, and he was able to spin 45 consecutive times without losing a spin or getting a whammy. But the story of him is even more intriguing. He grew up, and when he was a young adult, he was a air conditioned technician, and he's also an ice cream truck driver. But he was always known to try to find ways to get rich quick. And it
Okay.
was it was discovered that in the early 80s, he used a VCR to tape episodes of Press Your Luck. And when he went back and watched them back on tape, he realized that the board did not move completely random. There were 5 patterns that the board moved in. So he studied these tapes and realized that there were only one of 5 patterns that the board moved. And if he just realized what pattern he was looking at, that he could figure out how to score big on the show. And so the episode, he was able to get on the show, and the episode aired on June 8th. And because of what happened live and taping, it actually had to be aired in 2 parts because the show just kept going on and on and on. The game show host, Peter Tamarkin, who was the host of Press Your Luck, he couldn't believe what was happening. This man was just getting $5,000 in a spin, $4,000 in a spin. He kept pressing his buzzer on the areas of the board that would give him additional spins.
Okay.
And, it's pretty funny because if you watch the episode, the very first time that he has a turn, he actually ends up getting a whammy. And it was said that he didn't really understand until he was on the show how fast the board was moving, like speed in which it was moving. But after he got that whammy, he realized, okay, I know now he needs to go a little faster. So he started just racking up spins and money. And it was, like I said, the show as it was happening, I don't think the executives realized that this guy, they thought he was cheating, but I mean, could you really call it cheating? I mean, he just figured out, he cracked the game, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I don't think it's really cheating if you're smart enough to study it and figure it out and then go on to show it. Yeah, it's not like you're cheating. You're just, a smart person, that's understanding the board. And yeah, man, I don't think it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, he finally ended up just winning the show. And it's funny because the little LED scoreboard under his chair didn't even have enough digits to show how much money he had won.
Yeah.
Again, nobody had really, people were used to winning like $1,000 or $10,000, but never over 6 figures.
Sheesh.
So when that happened and CBS realized what happened, they immediately changed the pattern of the board, and then it was programmed with 27 additional light patterns.
No.
So made it much harder to crack.
Right.
And they also set a ceiling. CBS set a ceiling that anybody who went over $75,000, that was basically all they were going to get. So he basically almost bankrupted the game show. But, kind of sadly in the late 80s and the 90s, he used the money to invest in fraudulent schemes, like marketing schemes, pyramid schemes. He was charged for defrauding 14,000 investors in some sort of get-rich-quick scheme. It led to investigations by the FBI, the IRS, and the SEC. He fled to Florida to try to get away from authorities, and wasn't long after that he had developed cancer and he died in the late 90s. But there's a very good, I haven't yet to see it yet, but there's a very good movie that just came out called The Luckiest Man in America. And an actor, Paul Walter Hauser, he plays Michael Larson in the movie, basically a biopic of his life and his time on the show. But 41 years of Michael Larson and Press Your Luck. I know the Retro Network, I can't remember who wrote it, but we'll link it in the show notes. Somebody wrote a very good article explaining Michael Larson and who he was, and especially the time that he spent on that game show. And it's very memorable in retro circles because, like I said, it was kind of the one time that a game show got outsmarted by a contestant.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, man. I was going to ask you if there was like any documentaries on it or movies, but you just answered my question. I might have to check that out this weekend and yeah, check out the article over on the Retro Network. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I know I've heard of it, definitely heard of it and know a little bit about it, but yeah, I didn't know all the little details and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's very interesting if you're into game shows and just kind of the history of them, and it's very interesting to see how that happened and how it almost really backfired on CBS.
Right. Yeah, man, definitely a very interesting topic and a anniversary that I had no idea, about the date and things like that. But yeah, man, I like the topic. I like game shows and yeah, good one.
Michael, you have rolled 31 times without a whammy. 31 times. You're going to press again? Oh, big bucks, please. Stop! 4,000 and a spin. Big bucks. Oh. Stop! Stop at 500 and a spin. 79,351. Michael, you can't get rid of the 4 spins. You can't sell those spins.
I don't want to give them away.
You don't want to give them away? You've got 75,000 more than Jane. Here we go. 79,351, 33 spins, $4,000. I don't believe it. $4,000. You're up to $83,351. Michael, 83,000.
And now let's round out the show with our In Memoriam segment. All right, Ken, in our final segment, everyone knows this is our In Memoriam. And, I was thinking about the person that you chose this time, and there may not be a more fitting In Memoriam person that we will ever remember. I usually post the graphic with the 2 beers. And
right.
This person who recently left the world is symbolizes beer and just fun times on TV. So tell us a little bit about who we're remembering today.
Yeah, before I say, when you gave me a sneak peek at the graphic for the show to put on Instagram and stuff, when I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that's really fitting, and it just looked like it was meant to be.
Yeah, for this particular guy.
Yeah. So yeah, our In Memoriam this episode is going to be on George Wendt. So George Robert Wendt, born October 17th, 1948, died May 20th, 2025. He was born in the Beverly neighborhood on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. So I knew he had that that Midwestern accent whenever he would talk, and we'll get into that accent a little later on of a skit he used to do on SNL. Best known for playing, of course, Norm Peterson on the NBC sitcom Cheers from 1982 to 1993. Now, I didn't know that Cheers ran that long, because I always just remember it kind of in the later years when I was a little older, like maybe from about 87 on till the show ended. I had no idea it started all the way back in 82. Did you know that?
No, if you had asked me, I would have probably said mid or late 80s, not early 80s, no.
Right. While his time on Cheers, he earned 6 consecutive nominations for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. And then after Cheers ended, he starred in his own short-lived CBS sitcom, The George Wendt Show, in 1995. I vaguely remember that show. I don't think it was on very long.
No, 1 season, it says.
Yeah, okay. Just a little background. He was a 1975 alumnus of the Second City, which he was discovered shortly after college. So a lot of these guys, the Second City, before they, really get into comedy, a lot of these guys seem to come through there at some point.
Yeah, Second City, Groundlings.
Yeah.
There's a Canada one too, that they all kind of Well, we talked about SCTV a few
Right,
weeks
right.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of where a lot of these are discovered.
Yeah. So, like we said, he appeared as Norm Peterson in all 275 episodes of Cheers. That's a long run, man. Said he earned 6 Primetime Emmy Award nominations. He also played the role in the short-lived spin-off of Cheers called the Tortellis. So that was Carla's character. Her last name was Tortelli, so that was a short-lived show. He also appeared in an episode of the show Wings, and then he also appeared in an episode of another Cheers spin-off show, of course, Frasier, which is a pretty popular show. Of course, playing Norm, he always made his prominent entrance to the Cheers bar in nearly every episode, being greeted by the cheer of Norm,
Yep.
and then making a wisecrack as he walked to the bar stool. I watched I think it was either a Facebook video or a YouTube video, and it showed every single episode of him walking in to the bar and then saying his little wisecrack as he walked to the stool from like every episode of the show. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He also appeared with his former Cheers co-star John Ratzenberger, Cliff Clavin, as a talent scout on the show Last Comic Standing during season 6. So he was on there for a season. Let's see, just a little background of him again here. He met actress Bernadette Burkett in 1974 at the Second City Theater, and then he later married her in 1978. And then she also appeared on Cheers as the voice of Norm's off-screen wife, Vera. So that was his wife on there, which I thought was pretty interesting. And then it says he died in his sleep at home in Los Angeles on May 20th at the age of 76. Several of his Cheers co-stars offered remembrances of him, including Ted Danson, Rhea Perlman, John Ratzenberger, and Kelsey Grammer. The real-life Cheers Beacon Hill bar honored Wendt by setting up a memorial in the area of the bar where his character sat.
Yeah.
So yeah, somebody at work said they visited that bar one time. I believe it is in Boston, if I'm not mistaken. And he said he actually got to visit it and thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he appeared off and on SNL as the character Bob Swirsky. So we all know this. The original skit premiered on January 12th, 1991 by actor Joe Mantegna, and he plays Bob Swirsky's brother Bill Swirsky, and the show was called Superfans, and it's just a recurring sketch about Chicago sports fans on the American sketch comedy SNL. It was prominent from 91 to 92. So you just have a group of guys sitting there talking about Chicago sports in the well, now you tell me. Now I'm from the Midwest. Do I kind of have that Midwestern accent to you? Can you hear it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I know I have it because sometimes I can hear it, but the time that I was in the military, I got to know so many different people and hear different, like dialects and accents, and then that made me like when I talked, I could hear my own. So it's kind of like, yeah, I guess we do sound like that up here.
Yeah, the Superfan skit was very, very extreme
Right.
accent, but all you need to say with that skit was "Da Bears."
Or the Bulls.
Or the Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Characters typically were shown in Mike Ditka's sports bar drinking large amounts of beer, smoking, and gorging themselves on ribs, Polish sausage, and similar foods. All the characters wore dark sunglasses and thick mustaches to resemble Ditka, the Superfan's idol. Yeah.
I remember one of the guys said, "Okay, who would win in a fight between a hurricane and Mike Ditka?" They're like, "Oh, Ditka." And then
Yeah.
okay, but what if the hurricane was named Mike Ditka?
Yeah. Yeah, man. These always made me laugh. And I remember Michael Jordan appeared on one of the skits when he was hosting SNL.
Yep.
Let me just tell you a little bit about a couple of the episodes where I thought that were really funny. And it says one episode asked the outcome of the Bulls Pistons game where Todd said the Bulls would win 402 to nothing,
Yeah.
but Jordan would be held to under 200 points. And then it says during the first episode, he predicted that the Bears would defeat the Giants 79 to nothing, claiming that the Bears defense is like a wall. You can't go through it. The Giants ended up winning that game in real life 31 to 3 though. So yeah, I always thought those were funny. I thought George Wendt was funny in those skits. And
Yeah, Favre
man.
was funny.
Oh yeah.
Mike Myers was in costume. It was kind of hard to tell, but yeah, they all did
Right.
great, man. That was a great skit for sure.
Yeah.
Early 90s SNL.
Yeah.
I didn't realize up until recently that he was in the very beginning of Michael Jackson's Black or White. He's the father.
The dad, yeah.
The kid is like wanting to play his radio.
Right, Macaulay Culkin, yeah.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Macaulay Culkin's father in the very beginning of that video.
Yeah, just before we end it here, he had a pretty big film career and TV. He appeared in as like small roles in tons of movies. Just to name a couple, Airplane 2, the sequel. He was in the Chevy Chase movie Fletch. Let's see what else we have here. He was in The Little Rascals in 1994. Dennis the Menace Strikes Again in 1998. And then on TV, he appeared on the sitcom Taxi, Alice. He appeared in an episode of MASH. We just talked about that a little while back with the series finale. TV. He was in an episode of Tales from the Crypt in 1991, which I didn't know that. The Simpsons, he appeared as himself in The Simpsons. Yeah, man. So he had a long career and pretty funny comedian. And he is the uncle of former SNL cast member Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
He's his uncle. So
yeah, man. We just earlier in our athlete cameo, discussion, we taught 2 episodes of Cheers.
Of course, yeah.
So it's kind of fitting that he
right.
comes up, in the Memoriam. But man, if there was ever an actor who we lift a beer to, this is him.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we lift one up to George Wendt, aka Norm. Rest in peace.
Afternoon, everybody.
What do you have, Normie?
1929 Lafitte Rothschild. Go. Or a beer, whatever everyone else is having. Afternoon, everybody.
Hey, Normie, what would you like?
You got anything pale and cold?
Yeah, but it's Diane's day off.
Afternoon, everybody.
Hey! What's new, Normie?
Terrorists, Sam. They've taken over my stomach. They're demanding beer. Afternoon, everybody.
Norman?
What'll it be, Normie?
That's the usual, Coach. How about a trough of beer and a snorkel? Afternoon, everybody.
Norman?
What would you say it'll be, Normie?
Daddy loves you.
All right, Ken. Well, as we wrap up episode number 19, it was a fun one, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. We got through it, technical difficulties and all. We found a way to make it work, and I'm going to try and get my weird situation here figured out, hopefully before next episode. But yeah, we made it. I thought it was a fun one.
Yeah, and like I told you, I mean, we could do this again and again with, another 5 or 10 episodes with random cameos by athletes. We could always revisit that in the future. But, we're approaching episode 20, and you want to give a little tease of what episode 20 is going to contain?
Yeah, next episode, we're kind of going to go off script again and do something we did for the Christmas episode. But this time we're going to do a summer edition of Jeopardy. So we're going to ask each other each 10 questions. We have our categories picked out, and yeah, the questions we're going to try and keep summer themed as best we can since we're getting close to the start of summer here. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. And as that episode gets released, we'll be just starting the heat wave of summer all over the country. And
yeah,
it'll be fun to have a little summer-themed game of Jeopardy on the horizon. So
yeah, I think it'll be fun. So, well, what do you say we get out of here?
Let's do it before any other technical snap.
I know, man. I'm worried. Yeah, I'm getting out of here before something shuts down.
Yeah, we thank you all for listening. Ken, have a good evening, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening to the Retro Resurgence podcast. You can find us on most major podcast platforms, including Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also find us on social media at the following: on Instagram at The Retro Resurgence, on X at Retro Resurgence, our email theretroresurgence@gmail.com. You can also find us at our website www.theretroresurgence.com. And lastly, you can find us online at our home base www.theretronetwork.com, where you'll also find lots of great content. Please engage with us on social media or leave us feedback at our email. Leave a rate and review wherever you listen to podcasts. Join us again in 2 weeks here on the Retro Resurgence podcast.
And that wraps up another episode of the Retro Resurgence podcast. We're so grateful you joined us today and took a trip down memory lane with us, and we can't wait to bring you more retro goodness in our next episode. Until then, keep embracing the past, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for listening.
This has been a presentation of the Retro Network.